Since I updated you, and you may recall seeing videos about me or talking around serrapeptase and the benefits of serrapeptase, and I still stand firmly behind those. However, in the last couple of years, I've been working more with grounding concepts, and I want to give you this grounding review because it's kind of a very acute testimony as to the benefits and the effects of grounding or not having grounding. So let me back up here a little bit. My name is Benedict Howard. I've been working with sacred geometry and sound healing for years, and then more recently for the last decade or so with electrical medicines, specifically microcurrent, and training people in both of those facilities. And so when we when I've been examining, the effects of grounding on me, bear in mind that I have quite a bit of experience with grounding, dating over 40 years. Where I used to wear, very thin shoes, as much as barefoot as I could, etc. And it certainly made a difference. Now I'm in my 67 years old. I want to give you this update because it's really, and the three main points that I have around the benefits of grounding or not doing the grounding and the effects when you come off the grounding stuff. So let's back up a little bit. Why I've been working with microcurrent and electrical medicines is because they're very unique ways of vibrating the body. And in the case of microcurrent, it's vibrating the body and giving it a lot of electrons, right? And so they act as antioxidants on the body and get rid of all of that nasty stuff, and so that you can carry on living and rejuvenating. So in this test that I just did, I've been working with grounding sheets for about, certainly over a year. And it's been phenomenal what they did, and unfortunately I didn't, day by day as it were, keep a record of all of the benefits that I received. Now, about a week ago, well, exactly a week ago, I bought a new comforter, and it was so comfy, and we had some cold nights, I didn't go into my normal grounding bed at night. And using grounding sheets that have silver threads in them, and they're grounded in through an outlet to the ground outside my cabin. So over the last week, I didn't use the grounding sheets, and I was just purely in another room, in another bed, enjoying my new comforter. Well, during this week also, there's been some mitigating circumstances. I've been doing a lot of building of my sacred geometry sound environments, Dreamweaver. And so there's been some dust, and my nose was getting clogged, and I had some asthma. But what really happened was the difference was that I felt more fatigued. I needed to eat more, and my muscular tonality was dropped. In fact, by the end of the week, my yoga practice was tough. My running had basically gone to non-existence or jogging had gone to non-existence mostly over that last week, and my energy felt depleted. And so after a week of this, I was going like, oh, these are significant. Maybe I should go back to the grounding and see what it would do. So last night I went into my normal bed with the grounding sheet intact and put my comforter over top of me and slept very well. Now the difference in the sleep quality is quite remarkable too. When I'm not grounded, I need to urinate more. When I'm grounded, I don't urinate so much. Interesting. I don't know what that's to do with, but that's just an observation. In the mornings when I wake up, if I'm grounded, I feel much more energized, and my muscle tonality is really different, right? It's a lot more elastic. So the yoga sessions are a lot easier to get into the full poses. And every time, and every morning, each morning, progressively over the week, I was aware of little changes, but it wasn't until the end of the week that I really began to look at like, oh, this is how I was at the beginning of the week, and this is where I was right now. Now with the microcurrent, there's diagnostic stuff that we've been doing, and I've been doing long-term studies of taking readings on my face and looking at those different diagnostic readings. And during this period of the non-grounding, those diagnostics readings kind of like went skewed compared to where they are normally. So that was actually also reflected in my body physiology. Now, so all of this is really interesting because electricity, or electrons specifically, we normally think of electrons as being electricity, but that's a simplified view. But anyways, with excess electrons in the body, for instance, the blood cells separate. they get more polarized and they separate from one another. So you can see that happening in the plasma. Well, the same sort of thing would happen if you drink water and you're waking up in the morning and the red blood cells will start to separate out more. They'll be less coagulated. Now, when you're getting into that inflammatory state, which is the lack of grounding or the lack of electrons being available to the body, then things go wrong. And that's when all of the inflammatory spectrum of diseases start to happen. So grounding, to me, is, from what I've learned this past week, it's quite astounding how much difference that grounding has made in my body. And I really wanted to share that with you, because if you're going to take one thing, and one thing only, away from this little video today, if you're going to take that one thing, and that is, go get yourself some grounding sheets on Amazon and start to use them. They're easy to plug in, they're easy to use, and I can send you the link to that too. However, the bigger thing is really understanding what it is about electricity and what it is about disease. Because when our bodies are depleted of energy, that's when we're low in energy, and that's when we're low in available electrons to keep us sparked and keep us moving. So I'm going to go and enjoy the beach some more today, and living it up here in Hawaii, took the day off. It's been like a magnificent day. But I really wanted to bring the energy of these palm trees and the ocean here and the breeze, the energy of that grounding that facilitates in us, and the benefits that it can do for you. So, if you've got any inflammatory disease, pain in this, neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, you name it, pain, knee pain, thigh pain, whatever it is, or if you find when you're exercising, you don't have that energy that you used to have, or you find that when you get going in the mornings, you don't have that energy that you used to have. Test out that grounding. It works really, really well. Aloha. My name is Benedict Howard. Please subscribe, and if you've liked this video, like it too, drop us a comment, and turn on the notifications bell so that when I do upload my next one, you'll see it too. Aloha.